Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Sister Wives. The N-word is spoken by Janelle Brown. Sister Wives, Mary Brown discusses Kody's anger about Coyote Pass. The Tell's third section. Mary began by disclosing some unsettling information on the Coyote Pass. The Sister Wives actress claims that Kody placed such a high value on the property that, when they were still residing in Las Vegas, she once got into trouble for inquiring about it. When Mary questioned why the land was divided in that manner, Kody was hostile and wary of her, giving the impression that she was trying to exploit it. When Janelle asked Kody the same question, he responded in the same manner. Janelle uses the N-word with Kody in part 3 of the tell-all. Janelle confided in Suki that she believes a pattern of love bombing is occurring between her and Kody. Janelle went on to illustrate her point with a narcissist. The Sister Wives star claims that every time they harmed or damaged someone, such a person would adore bomb, and the cycle continued. Then Suki inquired as to if Janelle was calling Kody a narcissist. She clarified that she is not a psychologist to make that determination, but she did not specifically state that he is. She does, however, see many parallels and clues that Kody is a narcissist. She went on to say that she would simply let everyone make their own decisions. What can we expect from Tell-All Part 4 of Sister Wives? A teaser for the Tell-All's fourth installment was also made public by TLC. In the clip, Janelle reveals whether or not she agrees with Christine that Kody is only interested in appearances. As if in agreement with Christine, the Sister Wives star claims that Kody is very focused on "you are cleaned up and put together." Kody then stated that Janelle and Christine are enjoying themselves in the tell-all in the preview. In addition, he asked the two why, even after their divorce, they continued to discuss him. Robyn also complained that she was bewildered by the frequent mention of certain aspects of herself. Mary stressed, however, that she never presented Robyn to Kody. Conflicting reports will also surface regarding Kody's assertion that, with the exception of Robyn, he never had a spark when he initially met his wives. For most of the show's long run, Janelle was seen as the most practical and steady of Kody's four wives. Unlike Mary's emotional volatility, Christine's constant yearning for affection, or Robyn's melodrama, Janelle was level-headed. She prioritized financial stability, focused on raising her kids, and gave Kody space to do as he pleased. Viewers often thought she had detached emotionally from the relationship years ago, and maybe she had. But emotional detachment doesn't mean absence of emotional injury. It was clear in Tell-All Part 3 that Janelle had been observing Kody's behavioral patterns for years. Her decision to use the word narcissist was not done lightly. She prefaced it carefully, telling Suki, "I'm not a psychologist," but then described textbook narcissistic patterns: love bombing, idealization, devaluation, and discard. "I think there's a cycle of love bombing going on," Janelle said, directly referencing her marriage to Kody. And while she left room for interpretation, her implication was loud and clear: Kody Brown exhibits narcissistic behavior. Chapter 2: Why narcissist was the word that changed everything. The word narcissist holds significant cultural power today. It's become shorthand for toxic, emotionally manipulative behavior. When Janelle used it in front of a national audience, she was not just diagnosing a pattern in her own life, she was validating what many viewers had been screaming at their screens for years. What makes Janelle's statement so potent is that she has always given Kody the benefit of the doubt. Even after their separation, she remained neutral, careful not to drag his name through the mud. Her public comments were largely diplomatic. So when she finally cracked the door open to the idea that Kody is a narcissist, it felt like a betrayal of her former silence, and an invitation to a deeper truth. Janelle's words gave permission to others, especially her children and Christine, to frame Kody's behavior in a more honest light. The floodgates of emotional accountability, once blocked by years of patriarchal obedience and religious duty, began to open. Chapter 3: The Pattern of Love Bombing and Emotional Withholding. In Janelle's description of love bombing, she painted a painful portrait of her experience with Kody. She explained that he would behave cruelly or withdraw, only to later return with exaggerated displays of affection, seemingly timed to prevent her from walking away. This cycle of idealization and devaluation is classic in narcissistic relationships. The narcissist makes the victim feel special, needed, and cherished, only to pull the rug out at a moment's notice, leaving their partner confused and desperate for validation. Janelle's use of this language showed she's begun to untangle herself from years of emotional gaslighting. It also supports a common theory among viewers, that Kody treated his wives based on usefulness, loyalty, or how well they submitted to his ever-changing emotional needs. Christine, who pushed back the most, was devalued the earliest. Mary, who was always emotionally dependent on him, got crumbs of affection. Janelle, who remained mostly neutral, became disposable once she asked too many questions. And Robin, who mirrored his narrative, was rewarded. Chapter 4, Mary's Echo, when asking questions is treated as betrayal. What makes Janelle's accusation even more compelling is that Mary shared a similar story in the same tell-all. She recalled how even back in Las Vegas, long before Christine left and the family fell apart, asking questions about the division of Coyote Pass land made Kody suspicious and angry. According to Mary, Kody interpreted her curiosity as a threat, implying she was trying to grab a bigger piece of the pie. Janelle faced similar suspicion. In narcissistic relationships, this is known as paranoia of betrayal. The narcissist believes others are scheming against them even when they're simply seeking clarity or fairness. This pattern reinforces Janelle's perspective. It wasn't just about love bombing. It was about control, paranoia, and emotional punishment. Kody turned on anyone who questioned his authority or priorities, unless that person was Robin. Chapter 5, Kody's image obsession and Christine's confirmation. As teased in the preview for Tell All Part 4, Christine will reportedly accuse Kody of being shallow, saying it's all about appearance for him. Janelle, once again, agrees in her own way, noting that Kody is very focused on whether someone is cleaned up and put together. This observation further supports the narcissist theory. Narcissists often care deeply about image and control. They want their partners to be physically appealing, polished, and to reflect well on them. It's not about love, it's about possession and ego enhancement. Robin has often fit this ideal: polished, loyal, submissive, image-conscious. Janelle and Christine, more independent and less interested in Kody's approval, were ultimately discarded. And Mary was punished for being too much or too sad. Chapter 6, Robin's perpetual confusion, a convenient defense? In Tell All Part 3, Robin voiced her frustration that the other wives were still talking about her and Kody. She claimed to be confused about why things always came back to her. But this feigned confusion is revealing. Narcissistic dynamics often rely on a flying monkey or enabler, someone who distracts, deflects, or softens the narcissist's behavior. Robin has often played this role. Whether intentionally or not, she frequently minimizes Kody's flaws, echoes his perspectives, and dismisses the pain of the other wives. So when Janelle implies Kody is a narcissist, she's not just naming his behavior, she's exposing the entire dysfunctional web he's woven, with Robin at the center. Chapter 7, The Coyote Pass Drama and Financial Betrayals. Behind all of this emotional pain is a very real financial and legal battle: Coyote Pass. This land, which was supposed to symbolize unity and a long-term family dream, became a tool of manipulation. Kody's aggressive, suspicious behavior about how it was divided, especially toward Mary and Janelle, underscores his desire for control. Janelle lived on that land. She invested money, hope, and time into building something real. When the dream died, she was left adrift, with no house, no husband, and no clarity. Calling Kody a narcissist is not just a personal observation. It's an accusation that encompasses emotional abuse, financial manipulation, gaslighting, and abandonment. Chapter 8, What Happens in Tell All Part 4. The fallout begins. In the fourth and final tell-all installment, we'll see Janelle continue to speak out. The clip suggests more tension between her and Kody, more reflections on the past, and a growing alliance between her and Christine. For viewers, this evolution is gratifying. Janelle, long considered the quiet one, is stepping into her power. She's naming truths, validating others, and choosing herself over blind loyalty. Chapter 9, Why Janelle's Voice Matters Now More Than Ever. The reason Janelle's use of the word narcissist is so powerful is because she was once Kody's biggest ally. She was never the rebel, never the whistleblower. But now, her honesty breaks the illusion Kody tried to maintain for years, that he was a misunderstood, benevolent patriarch doing his best. If even Janelle sees narcissistic behavior in him, then the argument is no longer one-sided or emotional. It's a pattern that demands acknowledgement. Conclusion: when Janelle said the N-word, she broke the last chain. Janelle Brown may have said she's not a psychologist, but her lived experience is a masterclass in how narcissistic behavior plays out over time. Her decision to speak, carefully, but clearly, is a radical act of truth-telling in a relationship defined by denial, performance, and control. When Janelle said the N-word, narcissist, she didn't just describe Kody. She described the tragedy of a plural family ruled by one man's ego and many women's silence. With her voice, she's now helping to free others, including viewers, who may be living in similar cycles. Her statement won't fix the past, but it might just change the future. Why the cast of Sister Wives feels that Kody Brown attacked their weak areas. Kody Brown's ex-wives have not liked him since the polygamous family's dissolution. The 18-year-old father has tried his hardest to play the victim and enjoys placing the blame elsewhere rather than accepting responsibility for his actions. His first 3 wives began criticizing his poor behavior, particularly his personal attacks, during the most recent Sister Wives tell-all. What we know is as follows. Kody Brown is disliked by Janelle Brown. Janelle Brown is officially over Kody. It only required nearly 30 years of marriage. However, the 6-time mother is finally sick. Janelle made it apparent that she was correcting the information about Robin Brown, Kody's 4th wife. "I can still be very friendly with Kody," she said to the audience. "Robin and I never really had a relationship. I don't harbor any animosity or resentment. I simply have no interest in getting to know them. I could sit and talk to them," Janelle continued, maintaining her elegance. "That would be acceptable. If everything was surface level. I'd be okay with us, talking to them. It's not a huge deal." However, it's evident that Janelle has set her own limits with her ex-husband and his favorite wife. Janelle wants peace, not chaos, after a very difficult year. "I'm just not going to be friends with them or, go to lunch with them," she informed the host. "I don't require it. I'm not interested in it. I'm not trying to find it." The Sister Wives actress put it simply when she said, "I really just don't like them. I'd rather not know them. I'm not interested in becoming friends with them. I simply dislike them." Kody Brown allegedly assaulted where it hurt, according to the Sister Wives. Janelle feels more free to criticize Kody now that she is safely out of his control. She revealed that Kody attacked all of his wives that are leaving, in the area that hurts them the most or that they pride themselves on or that they value, when they were talking about their marriage. To be honest, it sounds just like something Kody would do. In her instance, Janelle disclosed that Kody knew it irritated her and was always telling everybody that I was somehow calling the shots on the money. "I'm among those people who want to be very fiscally responsible and very about, let's be responsible with our money," Janelle continued. "He wants to attempt to undermine it for me, or at least kind of undercut that. It's crazy to me that he was telling everyone that I was in charge," said Janelle. TLC viewers discovered during the tell-all that every member of the Brown family had a different opinion about how the group funds were saved and used. Since Janelle was the one who sent their books to the accountant, Kody informed the host that she was in charge. Janelle redoubled her efforts, pointing out that she would have paid off Coyote Pass far sooner if that were the case. "The Browns will never bounce back. I don't know if they don't remember, when our funds were all together and those family funds that I helped with went to the kids' college, went to property," Mary Brown said in one episode. "It affected everything. Our family had a fund." It's evident from each narrative that Kody and his ex-wives do not share the same opinions. The family has been hit hard, and Sister Wives viewers don't think they'll ever get better. Christine Brown supported Janelle's opinion. With finances, he was knocking her down so she doesn't feel smart, the newlywed continued. That is impolite. He is aware of which buttons to press. It was extremely difficult to remain married to Kody since he was never fair. There was no going back after Christine, Mary, and Janelle realized that the grass was truly greener on the other side. It seemed sense that Robin would become weary of Kody's antics if he keeps acting in his own way. If they get divorced, at least Kody will know how to get her to do what he wants.